Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, and I hope you had a wonderful day and that your menfolk did something nice for you. I hope you got some flowers or some chocolate or some flowers and chocolate and got to go to dinner and do a nice thing to celebrate your day. This is Mary from Stamps-N-Lingers, and I am very, very happy to have you join me and spend a little time with me today. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I gave you a sneak peek of a fun fold card, and this is what the entire card looked like. I think I just showed you a little tiny morsel for your to get your attention there. So this is called a basket weave card, fun fold, and you can see I have used, you can see how it looks when you open it up. Pretty cool, huh? I really like how that is. It's fun, and it adds a lot of interest without a whole lot of extra effort. I know it looks real complicated, but it really isn't. So we're going to go through that today. And the card front itself uses the new Colorful Seasons bundle, and that has this wonderful stamp set in it. It's a photopolymer set. You can tell I'm already getting some coloring because the photopolymers do discolor a little bit, but you should know that that doesn't affect their stamping ability at all. Hey Jean, glad you could join me, and Karen and Paula. Hey Amy, I'm glad you're on. Good to see you guys tonight. I like I said, I hope you all had a great day. So anyway, the bundle has all of these beautiful stamp sets, as you might imagine from the seasons word in it. It covers spring and fall with the leaves. You've got your lounge chair for summer. You know, in the summer where it's not 110 with 50,000% humidity like it is here. I prefer to lounge in the air conditioning in the summer, but you know, hey, that's just me. It's got some snowflakes and flowers. It's a beautiful little stamp set. And just as the icing on the cake is the seasonal layers thinlits. 17 pieces, folks. There's a lot of bang for your buck in this bundle. And well, who could not love the Adirondack chair? I mean, my goodness, how fun is that? But my personal favorite stamp set, the thinlet, sorry, in this set right here, is this intricate leaf. When I first saw this come up in the catalog, hang on just a second, let me see if I can answer that. Hang on, people, take one moment, murmur amongst yourselves. I have someone trying to... Kathy Beaver, if you're on, if you can hear me, I believe you are in the right spot. It just came up a little oddly as a comment, so you should be good. Hopefully you can see where we're at. Anyway, this is my very favorite die in this entire set. Out of all of them, I love this one the most, and so that's the one we're going to use today. But first, let's talk about the basket weave fun fold. All right. Like I said, I saw this looks really hard, but it isn't. I saw this tutorial out on Split Coast Stampers, and Kelly Atchison did it. She did a great video, and she also provided this template. Now that looks pretty complicated, but what you're really seeing here is a template to do 7 different cards. Each time you use the template, you kind of destroy the template, and so you would just get rid of it. Hi Linda, glad you made it on. So here's how we're going to do this. Tomorrow's blog post is going to show all of the card cuts and the directions, and I give you a link so that you can print this template out without having to go search it down. Just be sure you let it print full size on a regular size piece of printer paper. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is our cardstock is a normal. It's a 5.5 by 8.5, and I have scored it and folded it and burnished it real well with my bone folder so that I've got a solid crease, good, nice, tight, solid crease like that. Set this aside. And then I'm going to cut one of my templates out, and all you're going to do is just cut on the line like so. And you don't have to be very exact because you're going to attach it to your card. but look, I also cut it off there just to be sure. All right. So now here is truly, hey Sharon, I'm glad you're there with Jean. That's kind of cool. Glad you guys joined. Hey Sue, good to see ya. So the hardest part of this card for me was finding some paper clips. Who would have known that that would be so difficult to do? So all you do, you can see where I have my fold. You're going to take this template and you're going to line it up with this line on the crease of your card. Now here's the trick. Do you see where this line hits your crease and where this line ends? What you want to try to do is to center this such that the distance between here, the beginning of this line and the top of your card, is roughly the same as the end of this line and the bottom of your card. Okay? So, you know what? If it isn't perfect, I suspect that the basket weave police will not come find you. But the closer it is, the tidier your card is going to look. Okay, so once you have that lined up like that, take some paper clips and clip your template to your card like so. Here's a news flash. I haven't done this yet, but I suspect it's just a matter of time. Make sure your paper clip is out of the way of your scissors, because if not, you're going to try to use your paper snips to snip a paper clip, and that doesn't really work. Okay, so we're going to do that on both ends like so, and then you're going to do just the tiniest bit of fussy cutting, and it isn't very fussy, but it is cutting. Okay, so really all you're going to do is you're going to cut on each of these lines and just make sure you stay on the line and go all the way to the end of it. Okay, and then we're going to do this on each of the lines. You can see all of them are symmetrically spaced, and so that helps with your basket weave. Now, just so you know, I am not currently looking at the comments, so if you're saying something like, oh my God, Mary, that is the most amazing cutting skills I have ever seen, I can't answer you right now because I can't look. Because if I look away, I'm sure I will screw something up, okay? So I'm not going to look away. Okay, yeah, I'm looking away. Oh, I am such an engineer. Well, that is actually true, so thank you, Karen, for noticing. It's good to know that my engineering degree has some use, because I have not used it since the day I graduated 150 years ago. Alright, almost done. Pretend like you hear music and that this is happening in fast motion so you're not so bored. Okay, so we are almost done. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to take away my paper clips. Oh, what can we do while Mary isn't looking? Miss Amy, don't be silly. All right, now, here is the next hardest part of the whole thing, okay? And that's not very hard. You see this bottom little flap? Let's call it a feather, because it looks kind of feathery, all right? All you're going to do, you're going to cut it out, okay? Just cut it out. And you kind of want to go straight across there. And you may have to fudge a little bit with that corner there. All right? Still not hard, people. I promise if I can do it, you can do it. All right, and there it is. Hang on to this because you're going to use it in just a minute. You can see it makes a pretty little triangle. All right. Y'all still with me? Uh-oh. Sue's winking. I'm getting winks. That's not good. All right. All right, you ready? Here comes the magic, people. Pretend I'm a magician. This is amazing. Okay, so here's where we cut out one triangle. This first triangle right here, you're going to skip it. Go with the second triangle and fold it down like so, and then tuck it under the point below it. All right? Try to do it without creasing it too much like I did. Then skip the next one and fold the second one up down again. Starting to see where this is going? Yeah, it's pretty simple. Y'all ever make an apple pie with a lattice top? It looks really hard until somebody shows you the trick, and then you're like, oh, hello, duh. All right, so I skipped this one, go to the next one up, fold it down, give it a little rub, push it under the point. Skip this triangle, next one up, fold it down, give it a little rub, and under the point. And then up here, skip and do the top one. Fold it down, give a little rub, and under the point. Now, here's what we're going to do with this last one, because you can see we're kind of like, you know, missing a point. So we're going to use this. I'm going to take some of my liquid glue. Ooh, I know, right? You will not be casing this. Why not? Come on, this is easy. I promise you, sweetie, if I can do it, you can so do it. So I just put a little bit of liquid glue on the top of my spare triangle. And because I really like my little tweezers, I'm going to hold it like that. All right, now watch close. I'm going to tuck the tip under there like so. And then I'm going to just adhere this to the card base. Bing, bada boom, bada bang. Look at that. One each basket fold card base. Now, really, how easy was that? That was so easy. Say it with me, people. Ooh, Mary, that was so easy. That was so easy. There you go, Karen. See Karen Finkel? Karen Zenzakovich. Did I get that right, Karen? Am I even close? Karen, there's another Karen, who's going to do this card, so you should give it a shot. Okay, so now we're going to set that aside, and we're going to make our card front. So here's the newsflash. Obviously, you can do this with any kind of card front you want, but you're going to do it today with my card front. So, just as a reminder, here's where we're going. Let me put my glue away. And your card cuts that you need, in addition to the card base, you're going to want 2 pieces of Calypso coral. And they're the mats. They're both 3 1/4 by 5 3/8. And then you need 2 pieces of Very Vanilla, one for the card front and one for the inner liner. And they are 3 1/8 by 5 1/4. And you really only need 1 centimeter, but I figured I would screw it up, so I just went ahead and cut 2. You need a 1/2 inch by 2 1/8, and then its mat is 5/8 by 2 1/4 in Calypso coral. So set that aside. And you also need a little bit. Now, need is a strong word. Need is a strong word. I made my leaves on my watercolor paper, and I only did it. I'm not watercoloring. I sponged or daubered, however you'd like to look at it. But I like the texture that the watercolor paper gave the leaves. So if you've got it, go ahead and use it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 3 colors, Dapper Denim, Rich Razzleberry, and Calypso Coral, and I'm going to use sponge daubers to just sponge some color. And it does not matter how you do it. I could tape that template piece back together and use it again, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use another one. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to make, well, you could say I'm making a mess, but in a minute you'll see where I'm going with this. So you guys will be glad to know that my husband is much better. In fact, he's so much better, he's out laying patio pavers right now. We're setting up a patio out by the barn. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to do some Rich Razzleberry. Can you guys see the glitter on my Rich Razzleberry pad? Yeah, I have another one on order, because that's the... Anyway. Alright. And there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to this. This is what we're going to cut our leaves out of. So, now, yes, I know it's not fall, and these are really pretty fall-y kind of colors, but it was a challenge, okay? Hey, Karen. Glad you could join us. We got all the Karens on this week. Lots of Karens. All right, and then we'll finish up with some Dapper Denim. I'm not doing a lot of overlapping with the denim and the raspberry because that gets a little muddy, but I did with the raspberry and the calypso coral, so you can get kind of some variation in color on your leaves. All right, I'll put these away, get rid of that, and then pull out Mr. Big-A-Shot. Glitter spreads to beyond and back. I know, it's worse than beach sand. I'm surprised I don't have glitter in places like you'd get it at the beach, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah, I'm very surprised all the time that I don't have that. Okay, so when you are doing this, you can just kind of place your, what is this? Oh, it's a leaf, yeah. Place it wherever you like it so that you can get a couple of different colors. Yes, Linda, the horses need a place to lounge. Yeah, they're a little spoiled, there's no doubt. All right, so I'm just gonna push my little leaf dude out. Get some of his pieces out. You know, it's easier to get the pieces out of these intricate dies when it's still in the die. And yes, I could buy the brush, but I have not. All right, so yeah, all of those pieces came out nicely. There's a Uno. Shoot fire. I can't get it because of my big giant sausage fingers. Okay, there we go. All right, now we'll do another one. I use my tweezers much more. Yep, the tweezers are the bomb. All right, so let me just tell you something that I did hear, that if I had to do it again, I would do it differently. And if I was doing it again, I would do it differently. I would make my strips narrower so that I could get 3 colors across my leaves a little easier instead of leaves with just 2 colors in them, because 3 is better than 2 because of how it's bigger. So let's just remember that, people, when you get ready to do this. And again, if you don't want to do it on watercolor paper, you can certainly do it just on some very vanilla cardstock. I'm taking it from the comments that if y'all had horses, you wouldn't make a lounge area for them. I'm confused by that. So, yeah. We actually were at BJ's today looking at lounge chairs for them. The problem is the weight limit is typically around 250, and that kind of leaves out most of my kids. So there we go. All right, and here's number 2. See how pretty? And then we'll do number 3, and I think we're gonna do we're gonna go like that. There. Get a little more of that calypso coral in there to brighten it up a little bit. Yep. All right. How many horses? I have 3. I have 2 Halflinger mares, actually mother and daughter. Katie did not do anything for her mother today. I don't think she knew it was Mother's Day. And then I have Bo, who's the old guy. He's a big old Arab saddlebred cross, and he's about 28 now. And getting to be goofy as a bed bug. I'm telling you what, I do believe he has pony Alzheimer's. He'll come in at night, and he's been coming in at night for 28 years, and he'll walk into the barn and look around like, now, which one was my stall again? I'm confused. I don't really know where to go. So that's an interesting thing. All of my kids did not give me presents today, but my mother did. She gave me a cute bracelet that has an Australian Shepherd on it, and it's engraved with Finn. That's so sweet. Oh, no, I didn't get too busy with these, did I? No. So now I have to play with it. You realize that pushing out these little pieces is like doing math in public, right? Yeah. Just like doing math in public for you guys. So I'm doing this and y'all are thinking, oh my God, really? She is placing herself as some sort of card making expert? Really? Come on. She can't even get little pieces out. I got hanging chads everywhere. Pretend you don't see this, people. Just pretend this came out perfectly. You know what? The heck with that. I'm going to find another one. I'm just going to cut another one because, God, that one was just annoying me. It was just annoying the heck out of me. So we're going to do it again. All right. You mean they are constipated? I don't know what that means, Karen. Gonna have to explain better. Oh, it helps if they have a place to go while I'm mucking out the stalls. I think I might be missing something. Have I tried the wire brush and pad? I have not. I look at it every time I place an order and then I don't do it. I don't know why. I got nothing. I have no answers, Paula. I don't know why I haven't done it. I just don't. I guess because I just love this pushing out of the little pieces thing because it's so much fun. Maybe I'll get that and then I can do this in public and not embarrass myself. How about that? Come on. It's gonna work this time. Okay, Amy, I gotcha. I'll be getting it. Okay. You know, when I made this card earlier, yesterday, to make the sneak peek, it worked perfectly. And you saw that the first two worked perfectly. Good Lord. This one's just befuddling me. You know, God has an interesting sense of humor. Yeah. Or he just doesn't have time to be bothered with this kind of crap and isn't even watching. That's probably more likely. But he could help me for just a second. Oh well, fiddle fart. There it comes. It's coming. It's coming, people, I promise. This'll end soon. Oh my God, this'll end soon. The pain, the horror. Is this one of those awkward things where you're like, oh, that poor girl, she's just borking it up online so badly. Oh, I feel so sorry for her. Don't feel sorry for me, people. I did this to myself. I did this to myself. All right, we're gonna call that good enough for government work right now. Yes, we are. You persnickety thing, you. No, we're not, because I'm a little more anal than that. Needs to be a little closer to perfect, people. Sorry, you'll just have to put up with me. All right. Linda, good. Thank you. You like poking out the pieces. I do too, but now it's gone into ridiculous time. I have had some marginal success with sticking it back in the die and running it back through, but the way it's going, I'm pretty sure I'd bork the heck out of that. All right, there we go. Get away from me, Mr. Big Shot. Good Lord, that was painful. Holy moly. All right. Fortunately, the rest of it's pretty simple. God help me, I hope so. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, see how pretty they turned out, even if they were being persnickety? See? They're so pretty. All right. Now I'm going to lay them out like this, I believe, on my card, just to kind of get the colors divided up equally, or to look kind of symmetrical. I like symmetry. I can't help it. So we're going to, first off, snail our... no, we're going to use some fast fuse, and we're going to put our Whisper, or our Very Vanilla Matte. Okay, I have now officially lost the ability to speak. It's a sad thing that you have to see, people. I'm so sorry. Can you still see? Am I in the... yeah, I am, sort of. There we go. Let's try that. Alright. Easy peasy. And then we'll just take some liquid glue. And I'm going to use my tweezers because I like them. And just put some dabs of liquid glue. Hanging Chad. Alright, just some dabs of liquid glue on the back of the leaf. We went and had a very nice dinner today at the Texas Roadhouse with our friends and my friend's parents and the two boys, and it was lovely. Although I do believe everyone in Newnan was there. Alright, I'm going to put that first one like so. Just kind of give it a press. And I got some glue coming out, so I'll fix that a little later with my eraser. And the next leaf. Did y'all go do something fun today for Mother's Day, I hope? I hope you didn't have to make dinner, unless you were making dinner for your mother, which would be fair, I think. Alright, and we'll just lay this down like so. Alright, and then the last one. Finn did not have a great Mother's Day because he had to stay in the kennel. He didn't like that. He thought that was pretty bad. I mean, not that he did anything terribly weird. He slept like he always does. Watched a Van Damme movie. That could have been the problem. Van Damme, good Lord. Who made that man an actor? Oh, God, none of you all love him, do you? I hope. All right. Okay, so those are on now. And yes, I went a little crazy with my glue here apparently. Note to self, never try to go left-handed to glue things on because that just don't work. But I can pick that up with my gum eraser when it dries. Okay, now let's get my sentiment. Little piece of Very Vanilla, set that aside. And here's our sentiment. And we're going to stamp it in Rich Razzleberry. Planted your marigolds today, good for you. That's a good way to spend the day. All right. And then we're going to line that up on our sentiment and stamp it like so. And then we'll use a little bit of liquid glue and put it on our Calypso coral mat. Newnan, Georgia. Yes, in fact, that is where Alan Jackson is from, and the highway is actually named the Alan Jackson Highway, Memorial Highway, about halfway between us and Newnan. A lot of people get highways here in Georgia. It's just a thing. Alright, so now I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals and put it on the back of my sentiment. And by a couple, I mean 3, because I like them. And then we'll pop it over that. Dinner on the patio, watching the geese on the pond. Sounds lovely. Alright. Put that like that. And then I'm going to set that aside and do my inner liner. And this is very simple. I left it blank and just stamped the pretty little leaf image there. So we'll do that up. And I did that with my daubers again. And so I'll pull out my ink. And I'm just rubbing my daubers. Can you see? Am I completely out of the screen? No. Alright, just rub my daubers over the image. And it's not rocket science, so if yours doesn't look like mine, oh well. It'll be okay. It'll be pretty. The only thing you want to do here is just be sure you get it all inked up. Get ink everywhere. You know, including your fingers, that's important. And then I'm just going to put this down here. A couple of beats holding it down, and there you go. One each little thing that I'm going to cover that up by writing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, people. All right, a little bit of fast fuse. I got hanging chads all over my fast fuse. Yes. Things are going swimmingly tonight, aren't they? Yeah. All right. Now, folks, let's be honest. You can see I've got ink on my panel here. And the truth is if I wasn't on a Facebook Live video right now, I might redo this. I might have redone it before I snailed it. But if you think about this card, you're going to write a message here. That ink is going to disappear. So I'm not going to get too head up about it. I'm just not going to do it. Just not going to do it. Nope, I'm not. And then we're going to fast fuse our inner liner. Am I making you, are you making me nervous? No. No, the fact that I had the borking with the leaf, that's got me a little flustered. Also, I had steak tonight. It's been a long time since I had steak, so bleh, feeling a little bleh. All right, there goes that. And then we are going to pop on our card front with more dimensionals. Always more dimensionals. You guys excited for the catalog? We're only a couple of 3 weeks away. Less than 3 weeks, actually. I think it's going to be good. I think you are all going to love it when you start ordering. Those things are wonderful. It's a great catalog. And I hope you all are taking a look at my catalog shares. Good way to try a little bit of everything before, so you can kind of figure out which things you like so much that you want a whole pack. Now, I make no claims, I believe. In fact, you're going to end up thinking, oh, I need to have all of everything. And that's okay too. It's perfectly normal. Nothing to be ashamed of. See what I almost did there? Did you see it? I almost put this on upside down because it's that kind of a day. And there we go. Now clean this up just to prove to you that I'm going to, because I'm not a liar. I'm not. Get that gone. But we're going to do it later. All right, so there's the card, and there's our original. You can see every time you do the sponging, it's going to be a little different, and that's okay too. I think that adds to the charm. So for my envelope, all I did was repeat the stamped leaf, and we won't do that because you can see how to do it. I just added it to the corner, and then I put it over the flap where the flap meets the envelope, and that's all I did. So there you have it, one each colorful season stamp set and seasonal layers thinlits with the very cool basket weave fold. I hope you enjoyed it. Karen, thank you so much. Thank you, Amy. And Sue, yes, smaller dimensionals. That is going to be awesome. I'm very much looking forward to that. All right, so watch tomorrow's blog post. It has all of the directions and the card cuts and products that you need to make this. This set will be available the 1st of June unless you're a demonstrator, and then you can get it now in your pre-order. And I will also have the template for you to download. All right, guys, I appreciate you taking the time to spend this evening with me, and I apologize for my for the goofiness of my leaf cutting. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.